Welcome everyone, this is Genesis1295 here with a special kind of news video once more, kind of like the E3 2014 video. This kind of still refers to E3 2014. I'll kind of try to get as much information as I can out of this, but as I was strolling the daily gaming sites of the internet, I kind of stumbled upon something that was, I guess, not meant for my eyes to see, but I was able to have a good glimpse of the newest game in the Battlefield franchise. Battlefield Hardline's also codename Omaha. Omaha is referenced in the video a lot if you've actually looked at the leaked footage, but yes. But before I really had a good chance to rewatch the video, it was kind of immediately removed by EA. I know, they're such but the funny thing is that E3 also announced, I think today, that they were going to be unveiling the game Battlefield Hardlines. I was going to say Hardpoints, I have no idea. But they'll be unveiling it on June the 9th during their EA conference at E3 2014, which is kind of sucky. Like, you get a mixed feeling about it. Like, you wanted it to be kind of a secret, and you could have this this anticipation for E3 a little bit more and EA's conference, but it's kind of like a little bit more dimmish now because they have this game, but I'm pretty sure like at least 20% of the internet that are big fans of Battlefield have probably seen this and are just wondering, oh, okay. But overall, the video that was shown was about 7 minutes long, so it would definitely be the game that EA would have shown during the conference, which leaves, of course, major concerns for EA, obviously them going ahead and removing it. So basically all the top news resources have grabbed onto this and kind of clipped the wings from the fly of Battlefield and have given out as much information about the character, the story, the multiplayer, and the new kind of move that's kind of going in. And it's kind of sad, but I'm about to basically do the same thing but in video form. Wow, I feel like a bad person now. But straight off the bat, I can give you guys a little bit of a imaginary glimpse of the newest Battlefield game and how it kind of drifts apart from the regular Battlefield games that we enjoy and love today. Another note probably to keep track of is that the developers behind Battlefield, which are usually DICE of course, are no longer actually doing the game Hardlines. Instead it's being taken over by Visceral Games. Sorry. They're basically known for their games such as the Dead Space franchise, and I think they did the Godfather games as well, and like the Simpsons game. I'm pretty sure they did some 007 games and so on. But well, I'm gonna kind of go off some notes here now, so I might it's gonna sound like I'm kind of reading off a piece of paper. So for starters, of course, EA have decided that in Battlefield Hardlines they're basically going to remodel the way Battlefield is kind of perceived in this this new game. It's kind of being labeled as the war on crime. Yes, it's kind of different. It's not anything to do with world wars or war in general. It's just about crime. So immediately watching this video, the two things that popped straight into my head is that it really looked kind of familiar to Payday and a little bit of GTA kind of like mixed in there for the sake that GTA has heists and criminal activities in the game. So saying that, the feel for the game is kind of revolves around crime environment, where you'd be kind of put into the shoes of the peacekeeper, and of course the enemies being the not so peacekeepers, sorry, the criminals. So taken from that, in the campaign you basically play as a young Miami detective named Nick Mendoza. Also, thanks for VG247.com for achieving this picture, because I didn't really have a good picture to show off, but yeah, that is Nick himself. So Nick happens to be stuck in rather a complicated position between the good side and the dark side of crime, and embarks on a cross-country adventure to seek revenge and so on. So yeah, the plot seems to involve plenty of crooked cops, criminals, and plenty of cliffhangers take cliffhangers. So basically taking some notes off from famous TV shows. I think House of Cards was referenced in the video once or twice, and yeah, so I'm kind of actually really intrigued to see a little bit more on the campaign a little bit, because it actually does look very interesting. If people actually watch the video once again, it kind of gives you that, it does give you that feel of like a NCIS or something, some kind of crime show where you're the peacekeeper and you're going around busting crimes, and of course the graphics are going to look quite amazing, as they always do, and mainly the facial kind of recognition, sort of, I'm not going to say recognition, I'll say just the facial graphics, very, very awesome. I think it was very good in Battlefield 4 as well. I didn't really play too much of the campaign of Battlefield 4, I was too busy playing the multiplayer, even though I didn't really play the multiplayer because the servers weren't doing too well on the Battlefield 4, but other than that, we're talking about Battlefield Hardline's, not bloody Battlefield 4. Let's get away from that. Let's just throw it away. So, other than the campaign, of course, we have our destructible environments in the video game. Sorry. Okay, sorry. It's still kind of a massive part of the game. So you'll be able to like blow up small, vault doors now when you're doing heists, and there's sometimes you have your like these small towns. I'm guessing you'll be able to completely level that whole town if you please, because it looked like in the gameplay that they were just going to school on this town, this poor like desert town. Yeah. So talking about towns and environments and so on, the maps seem to be so much more bigger and so much more explorable. Would you say the vehicles in the game are also kind of a little bit more different, a little bit more civilized? You get some muscle cars, some tow trucks, well not tow trucks, like utes and vans and normal cars. So it's going to be quite interesting how that kind of plays out. So it kind of ranges from cities to desert towns to kind of like estates and like plenty of other more places that revolve around criminal activity and so on. So of course we'll go into the multiplayer part of it. Yay, multiplayer! The big part of Battlefield. Of course, no one can say Battlefield without adding the words multiplayer in a sentence. But basically in multiplayer, it's completely changed now. Everything feels so much more different. It's kind of a little bit more based around heists, rescuing hostages, car chases, and apparently capturing a massive amount of money. So basically it represents what's the word? Just another way of saying capture the flag, capture a big bag of money. If you're a criminal, take the money and you take it to fun places. Also, the trailer did include, the gameplay did include new weapons such as a taser, sawn-off shotgun, and you can also use zip lines and grappling hooks on the fly. Literally, you can go into any environment, you can just click on it, you can go from one point to another, or you can climb up a wall. So I think that's going to be very awesome. Very, very awesome. And again, with the vehicles, you got motorcycles, muscle cars, police cruisers, counter-attack trucks, boats, helicopters. So you've still got all those vehicles that Battlefield is kind of made for. So that's about it, guys. That's about all the information I can really talk about without giving you an actual video gameplay. I would love to I do have the gameplay as well. I have it on I stored it before it kind of went away, so I do have it, but I didn't want to show it at all because I just did not want to, risk copyright or anything and have the developers come at me like, "What you doing, Nathan? Why are you doing this, huh? Why you gotta be such a meanie?" It's like, I better keep my channel on a safe side of town. So yeah, that should be about it, guys. For my personal opinion, I'm kind of actually looking forward to this. It looks fresh, and it's just something that's completely different to the normal Battlefield games that you get these days. So I think it really needs it as well, because I did not play Battlefield 4 as much as I played Battlefield 3, and I absolutely adored Battlefield 3, and I was a massive fan. So I think something new would be very, very good, and something that's needed for this franchise at the moment. So this is awesome. This is actually really good. I'm looking forward to it, and it looks interesting, and even the campaign looks interesting. Like, I could look at the campaign right now and actually say, wow, you know what, that actually looks pretty decent. And it would actually be worth playing more than, of course, the single player in the previous Battlefield games. It's a little bit more intriguing, would you say? It looks more developed. So, well, of course, with the guys from Dead Space behind it, you would think that there would be some kind of good single player to go off. Usually Dead Space are known for their storytelling and so on. So yeah, that should do it, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to take care. Ciao, ciao, ciao.